right now?
So it's pretty fun. It's been great being back. So I start my morning Monday through Thursday. I have a 8 a.m. lift, and then I go from my lift to treatment with Chad, and then from treatment I go to my group shooting with a couple of managers, and then from that I go to my class at 12:30. I'm in an online class right now, and then I'm in there from 12:30 to 1:30, and then after that I have a shooting time at 3, and then a shooting time at 7. And so that's usually my day.
Sounds good. Grant Ramey?
Josiah, everybody talks about a new normal. Is there any sense of normalcy after getting back into campus and getting into a routine, even if it does include, specific times for getting up shots and, all the precautions you guys have to take?
Yeah, it definitely is a new normal, and it took a little while getting used to, but I feel like after a week or so of doing it, it kind of became like the way of life. And so it's not really anything crazy right now, but yeah, it did take a little bit of getting used to.
All right, and as a reminder for folks who aren't familiar with Zoom, if you use the highlight video function in the participants menu, you can make Josiah's screen the primary screen that you see. We'll go next to Mike Wilson.
Yeah, Josiah, what does a shooting workout look like for you? I mean, are you guys able to work out with more than one person? Or are you kind of isolated shooting by yourself? And what does that part of your day look like?
So for the group shooting, the managers, it's a one-on-one workout, but the managers are allowed to be on the floor with you. They have gloves, and they're able to pass the ball to you and kind of take you through a workout with them. But for the individual shootings that happen later in the day, it's just we usually just set up the gun, or you don't have to always do shooting. You could do ball handling or whatever, but I usually just set up the gun and do something on my own.
Rob Lewis.
Josiah, just looking back on it now that it's over your freshman year, what's the biggest thing that you learned, and how healthy, how much did the injury you think slow you down?
The biggest thing I definitely learned was taking care of my body. Just being a professional on and off the court, being aware of what I put in my body, the foods that I eat, and just taking care of it on a whole nother level, because I know one day the dreams that I have are to play at the next level, so I may as well be a professional about it now. So that's the biggest takeaway I have from last year.
What about the injury? How much do you think that?
It was definitely hard playing through it. I don't think I played any of the year at 100%, but I think it was a good challenge for me. I think that it taught me a lot. It definitely taught me a lot. And going into next season, I know what to expect. Hopefully nothing like that will happen again, because I pray it doesn't, but it definitely taught me a lot, and hopefully I can play next season at 100%. I definitely feel confident in that.
And you say you're getting treatment with Chad right now. What's the treatment for? Is it just routine maintenance?
Yeah, just routine stuff. Nothing with my injury that happened last year.
We'll go next to Nathaniel Rutherford.
Kind of building off that, Josiah. I think Coach Barnes last month sometimes said something about you doing yoga and it making your kind of transform your body. How do you feel about that? How's yoga kind of helped you, and are you feeling a lot better now doing that?
It's been a lot. It's been really helpful. I started it about 2 months ago. Coach English and Coach Swartz got me on it. It's an app called Peloton. I hop on it. I've got about 75 classes in, and it's definitely transformed my body a lot. It's made me a lot more flexible. It's made my day a lot easier too. It kind of gives me something to do for about an hour a day. And so I just try to get one session in a day, and it definitely has transformed my body a lot and helped me out a lot.
Rob Lewis.
Josiah, you came in, obviously as one of the, Rick's biggest recruits that he's had with a lot of hype as a freshman. You've got two teammates in Keon and Jaden who are, coming in with similar expectations. What can you tell them, or what do you tell them about, how the challenges of making the transition from being a big-time high school prospect to a college freshman?
Just come in every day with the mindset that you want to get better. I feel like if you do that, then everything will take care of itself. Don't really worry about the outside noise or the expectations that you have. Just know that you're a great player. We already know that. and just get better each and every day and buy into what we're doing here. And they have done that fully since being here.
Mike Wilson.
Josiah, obviously you guys had a couple teammates test positive. What's it been like just for you guys as a team supporting those guys as they've been quarantined and with all the testing processes and everything you guys have gone through?
Yeah, it was definitely tough seeing two of my teammates, two of my close friends, my brothers, test positive for COVID-19. But I just said, as a team, we kind of just sent them words of encouragement each and every day. And thankfully that's over. But it definitely put into perspective how real this is, because those are the closest people I know who I was close with, who came in contact with it and were diagnosed with it. So it kind of put a seriousness on the whole situation. And it kind of sits in the back of my mind now every day, just taking the right safety precautions, even though sometimes I don't really feel like wearing a mask. I have to. And then just washing my hands and taking all the safety precautions each and every day.
Is that important? I mean, a perspective that young people have to have, that everyone is vulnerable to this, and that kind of served as a reminder of that?
Definitely, because back home I didn't really know anybody who had it, but coming here and seeing two of my teammates test positive for it definitely put it into perspective to me and how real this really was. And even though they'll be fine, I think that we have to, as a community, take care of each other, because even though we're in college, we have great immune systems. We have to look out for other people, like the older people in the society. And I feel like if we do that, then we can get through this together.
Thank you.
Go to WATE.
Hey, Josiah, this is Marshall Hughes at WATE. I wanted to ask you, now that your freshman year is over, you got these new crop of talent coming in, but for you personally, how do you see it changing with the team as you head into this sophomore year, growing into more of a leadership role?
Definitely. I just want to have a bigger voice this year. I definitely want to come in and try to get the best out of myself and out of everybody, and stepping out of my comfort zone and being more of a leader this year, knowing that I know what to expect from coach. I know what to expect from the season, and just being there for my teammates day in and day out.
Have you seen your game change this offseason even, something you've improved on?
Definitely. I'd say, like I said, I didn't really play 100% last year at all during the season, but doing the workouts that I did back home and having yoga there, I really feel like I'm more mobile, and it's just changed the way a lot about what I do.
Grant Ramey.
How much does EJ Anasika, how much does he change what you guys can do down low? How badly did you guys need somebody of that pedigree, that rebounding pedigree, that toughness that he brings to the table?
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a big asset for us this year, and I've told him that 1,000 times already. I definitely think that he brings a lot to the table, and he could be of a lot of use this year, and he knows that. And he just wants to come in with the worker's mindset, and he's done that each and every day. But he's definitely going to be a big help for us this year down low.
Teresa Walker.
Josiah, you're talking to us wearing a mask. Do you have company in that room? And then secondly, Big Ten makes their announcement yesterday that they're going to be playing conference games this fall. How much do you, as you prepare for a season, worry about whether or not the virus affects the season and whether there is a season?
I didn't really hear the second question, but yeah, I am in the room with two people. Can you repeat the second question?
Yeah, sorry about that. Big Ten's decision yesterday that sports this fall will be conference games only. How much, as you prepare for a season, do you worry about whether or not you'll get to play any of a season?
I mean, I can't really worry about that because it's really not in my control. I can just take care of what I can take care of daily, and I think just getting better each and every day and working on my game and being here for my teammates is all I can worry about, and that's all I have been worrying about. I think that if we do have a season, that there'll be a lot of thought that goes into that, and I think it'll be the right decision and the safest decision if they decide to do that. And if they decide to cut the season or not have a season, then that's just something I have to live with, and it'll probably be the safest decision for that.
Mike Wilson.
Josiah, what was it like going against Victor Bailey last year in practice? And do you think people are underestimating what he's going to bring to this team?
I honestly think Victor Bailey is the best kept secret in all of college basketball. He's done some things that only seen pros do. He definitely brings a lot to this team. And going against him every day in practice definitely made me a lot better, and I'm excited to do it again this year. We definitely bring the best out of each other.
What are some of those things he did that you've only seen a few people be able to do?
Just his athleticism, it's just on a whole nother level. His shot making ability, and then his speed is out of this world. He can get down the court in no time. And he knows that. He knows what he brings to the table, and he's excited, and I'm excited for him.
Appreciate it.
Go next to Rob Lewis.
Josiah, you mentioned a minute ago that you know what to expect from Coach. That's one of the reasons you think you'll be better this season. In regards to that, he can be pretty tough on guys. What do you tell the freshmen about how to handle him when he goes after you in practice?
Definitely don't take it personal. I got caught up doing that sometimes last year, and those were the toughest times. And just know that he wants to win as many games as possible, and he cares about you at a whole nother level. But when it's time to practice and you make a mistake, expect him to get on you. Expect him to be a little upset, but just move on and don't make the same mistake twice. But definitely don't take anything that he says during practice in the heat of the moment personal. He just wants to get the best out of you.
Marshall.
Josiah, maybe a silly question here. Obviously, wearing the mask and you're on campus, do you feel happy being on campus? Do you feel safe in that environment right now?
Definitely. I feel as safe as I can be. I know that the staff here, not only in the basketball facilities, but in our dorm hall, Stokely, they're taking the right safety precautions each and every day. And there's nothing I should be afraid of because I know that they're getting the job done.
Back to Rob Lewis.
Josiah, I know, everything's uncertain right now, but when you just look at, and I know you don't have Santi or Euros here at the moment, but just when you look at this team, how excited are you about the possibilities? What do you see the potential for this team being when you add Keon, Jaden, Corey to the mix of what's coming back?
Very excited. We have the group right now. Even though Santi and Uros aren't here, with them included, we have a group right now here on campus that can really do something special. And I think that we just have to buy into what coach is telling us. Everybody buy into their role. And I think that we're going to go through ups and downs. Every team does, but it's how we handle the adversity. And I think the leaders that we have on this team, everybody stepping up in their role, that we can really accomplish something special. And I think that if it goes that way by the time in March, that we'll be playing our best basketball.
Teresa.
Sorry, I should know this better by now. Sorry about that, Josiah. You mentioned you feel safe on campus. You all are a bunch of young men, and there's been a lot of wonder how well might athletes social distance and follow all the suggestions. It sounds like you and your teammates are taking this very seriously. You feel safe with what your teammates and everyone you see around you on campus are doing?
For sure, we're taking it very seriously. Like I said, having two of our teammates be diagnosed with COVID-19, it definitely made it real for us, and we don't want that to happen again. We know it's tough for them to be in quarantine for 2 weeks, not being able to do anything, and so we just don't want to. And not that they did anything wrong, but we just don't want to go down that path again. So we're definitely following all the rules and all the guidelines here.
Marshall.
Josiah, have you kept in touch with Lamonte or Jordan Bowden or even Eve about the process through the NBA draft? Maybe pick their brain on what they're hearing?
Yeah, I talked to all three of those guys. Eve, definitely a little bit less because I know he's in the midst of it right now, whether staying or going. And I think that he'll make the best decision for him. But definitely JB and Lamonte a lot. Just what they're going through, how they're preparing for it, because one day I want to be in that same position to have the opportunity to hear my name called in the NBA draft. And they just told me to just get the most out of every day, just get a little bit better every day, and then just take it from there. Just be your best every day.
All right, thank you, Josiah. Currently waiting for more questions. We'll go one last call for any more questions. All right, fantastic. Well, appreciate everybody. Josiah, thank you very much. And hopefully at some point we'll get to see you all soon.